Before the revolution in Libya, Saif Gaddafi was part of European high society. RT's Harry Fear joins me now to talk more about that. Hi there, Harry. Saif Gaddafi's image has undergone quite a transformation, waterfall, it could be said, since his father was deposed.
Indeed, 43-year-old Saif al-Islam Gaddafi has had a cataclysmic fall from grace. Years back, Brits will remember him depicted as somewhat of a golden prince here in the media, certainly in the years before the 2011 intervention. He appeared to be somewhat of a popular character as he mingled with European high society at fundraising events, galas and dinners from London to Paris. He was welcomed at the Élysée Palace in 2004 by Jacques Chirac. He was caught chatting away with British royalty, no less. He met twice with Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. He was, of course, an English speaker, Western educated, and only 7 years ago received his PhD from the London School of Economics. Now, the former Playboy's flashy cars and his high-profile, beautiful girlfriends in the public eye, it all came together to give the figure somewhat of a humanizing effect on his father's controversial regime. Now, you remember back in 2012, his Israeli girlfriend made a public plea to Tony Blair, asking him to save Saif. She called Saif a civilized and honorable man, and Saif had apparently said previously publicly that he had a personal friendship with Tony Blair. Well, that obviously hasn't paid off at all. Now, the bad juncture in Saif's life was his decision to try and help his home country and his father's regime. He had an unofficial role, but was key as an influential, modernizing, moderate, reformist figure, and he was credited with some key negotiation successes. For example, getting Gaddafi to abandon his weapons of mass destruction program in the early noughties. And it's that political effort which has now landed Saif in this mess. He's been held by rebels for now almost 4 years. Of course, he's accused of crimes against humanity. Reportedly, while in custody, if you can call it that, he's had his thumb and finger amputated. Rights groups have failed to get him released or transferred to a more neutral or stable body, and Saif himself has said that he'd rather be tried at the ICC in The Hague than be tried in Libya. Now, of course, the key is that now, if you look at these pictures, he looks, frankly, like he's been locked up in some kind of hellhole for several years. It is a terrible fall for a man once depicted as a golden prince. If he is executed by firing squad, and that's not yet clear if he will be because of the complexities of the politics and logistics on the ground there in Libya, but if he is, it will be an ungracious demise, of course, but really not as ungracious as his father's murder. He was, of course, violently sodomized by militants overrunning the capital back in 2011.
Indeed, Harry Fear in London, thank you. Well, the fate of the other members of the Gaddafi family, not certain. You can see them on the news wall here. The former leader's wife, his only daughter and 2 sons are still missing. It's thought they might be in hiding somewhere in Algeria or Oman. Another son, Sadi Gaddafi, is reportedly in custody in Libya awaiting trial. If you just joined us, a brief reminder of our breaking news from Libya this hour. A court there has sentenced Saif Gaddafi, a son of the country's deposed leader, to death by firing squad. 8 other top officials from the former regime were also convicted and face execution. Saif Gaddafi was found guilty of war crimes during the 2011 uprising.
It is Liberation Day in Libya. The transitional government is declaring the country free.
You have won your revolution.
Your friends in Britain and in France will stand with you as you build your democracy.
Democracy, a new future for this country.
The great new Libya rising up.
New page for the Libyan people, the start of a process to establish democracy.
Libya is in for a period of horrendous chaos.
It's going to be an ineffective, powerless regime.
It's going to be a warring feuds, tribal feuds that is going to go on forever.
The deteriorating situation in Libya.
It's difficult to see a path out of this chaos.
Libya is not managed anymore, not even governed anymore. It is experiencing chaos, and the question is, how is it that after an intervention, which took place more than 3 years ago, there has been no reflection on what should happen after?